What's going on, YouTube? Tim Movies here. Now, not only are there lots of really, good-looking movies to look forward to in the year 2026, but there are also some interesting upcoming TV shows. Now, I'm actually going to be doing my top 80 anticipated new shows coming out in 2026. Now, I'm talking about the new shows. I am going to be doing a separate video talking about my anticipated returning shows of next year. Like Euphoria, The Boys, and all that. So keep your eye out for that video. But here is, of course, my official top 10 list for my anticipated new shows of next year. All right, number 80 is it's a show that's actually coming out literally in just 1 month, really, and it's a Peacock show called Ponies. Ponies stars Emilia Clarke and Haley Lou Richardson, and it takes place in 1977, where two secretaries working at the American Embassy in Moscow become CIA operators after their husbands die under mysterious circumstances. The trailers for this thing has looked pretty decent. I do like Emilia Clarke. Haley Lou Richardson's always good. So I think this could be interesting to check out. It is, of course, from Suzanne Biers, who's put out some cool stuff before us, too. So hopefully this is a good one, but we'll see. All right, number 79 is a Fox series coming called Best Medicine. Of course, an English language remake of the TV show Doc Martin. Best Medicine is about a doctor who moves from Boston, Massachusetts, to a small practice in the East Coast fishing village. And it stars Josh Charles, Annie Potts, coming off of pretty much her first major TV gigs as young Sheldon Eden. Best Medicine does look pretty interesting. With lots of interesting medical shows like The Pit and stuff, I'm definitely down for another one. Hopefully this could be good, but we'll see here. All right, number 78 is an MGM Plus and Amazon show called Vanish. It stars Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin. During a romantic getaway in Paris, a woman's partner goes missing. That's really much there. But hey, I always do like Kaylee Cuoco. She's always terrific. Now, I've always liked her ever since the show Ace Simple Rules, and of course you might know her from Big Bang Theory, Harley Quinn, many others. I'm definitely looking forward to see this because she's in this alone, so hopefully it's a good one, but we'll see there. Number 77 is American Classic. American Classic is, of course, an MGM Plus series starring Kevin Kline, Laura Linney, former Blue Bloods star Len Cariou, who's actually replacing the late actor Harris Yulin. And in American Classic, a narcissistic Broadway star returns to his hometown after a public meltdown and decides to save his family rundown theater by directing and starring in a production of the Great American Classic. Looks interesting, say at least there. Well, it sounds interesting. I haven't seen a preview for it yet, but you do got Kevin Kline, Laura Linney, so sign me up with this one. All right, number 76 is another MGM Plus series called American Hostage. Now, this stars Jon Hamm, Carla Gugino, and it's a dramatization of the true incident of Tony Curtis, who took his mortgage broker hostage in 1977. Now, funny enough is there's also another project coming out, with the same story, which is that new Gus Van Sant movie, Dead Man's Wire. Pretty much the same true story there. But hey, you do got Jon Hamm, who's great on Your Friends and Neighbors. So sign me up with this one. Should be interesting. Number 75 is The Westies. Now, this is also an MGM Plus series. It stars J.K. Simmons and takes place in 1980s Hell's Kitchen, New York, where two men who knew each other from childhood take different paths in lives when one a police officer and the other member of a Westies criminal gang. You got J.K. Simmons, so that's all I need to know there. All right, number 74 is Half Men. Now, of course, this is created and stars Richard Gadd, who, of course, won an Emmy for the hit show on Netflix, Baby Reindeer. And after seeing what he did with Baby Reindeer, I'm definitely looking forward to checking out his next project here. He's also starring with Jamie Bell, and it's pretty much a series about like a pair of brothers here. So you got like Richard Gadd and Jamie Bell as brothers. Sign me up there. All right, 73 is Young Sherlock. Of course, the trailer for this recently just dropped. It looks pretty interesting. Of course, this is about a young Sherlock Holmes, starring played by Hero Finds Tiffin. Looks pretty intriguing to check out, so hopefully that could be a good one. All right, coming in at number 72. Not 100%. Now, majority of these shows could easily get delayed. That's always a possibility. Not 100% sure if this show's really coming out next year, but they are filming it, so maybe it will be. Number 72 is Young Frankenstein, or Very Young Frankenstein, which is actually a TV adaptation of the of the classic Mel Brooks film. This version is supposed to have Cary Elwes, Zach Galifianakis, Camilla Gianni, and it's also from the same people who gave us What We Did in the Shadows. So yeah, that definitely is gonna be cool to see. All right, coming at and at number 71 is Vladimir. And no, it has nothing to do with Vladimir Beer. This is a new Netflix show starring Rachel Weisz and Leo Waddell, and it's a dark comedy based on a novel by Julia May Jonas. And it's about and here it's about a middle-aged female professor whose life unravels as she develops a dangerous obsession with her captivating with her yeah, with her captivating new colleague, Vladimir leading her to her fantasies and to a reality amidst scandalous campus affairs and most ambitious. Of course, you got Rachel Weisz, who's always incredible, so sign me with this one. All right, coming in at number 70 is Mercenary and Extraction series. Now, this is of course a new Netflix series, which is like a spin-off of the Chris Hemsworth Extraction movies, and it stars Omar Sy, who I think is always really good. Can't be worse than Shadow Force, right? But of course, it stars Omar Sy as a new mercenary on the rescue in Libya, and it's supposed to be set in the same universe as a Chris Hemsworth film. So, start me with this one. I really quite enjoy the Extraction movies. They are pretty interesting. Widow's Bane is about a mayor of a New England town who refuses to bow to the superstitions of the residents who claim that the place is cursed. This is from the same people who gave us the FX show Atlanta, who raised, coming off of the Beast in Me on Netflix. So that's our intriguing. So hopefully that's a good one. All right, number 68 is an untitled witness protection series. It stars Allison Brie, and it's about and this is also an FX series. A high-end DC madam enters the witness protection with her teen daughter after a violent incident with her partner. Could be interesting. I do like Allison Brie. Finn Rock's pretty decent, so sign me with this one. All right, number 67 is another FX series called Seven Sisters. Now, this is also being directed by the same director who just gave us the Iron Claw and Martha Martha May Marlene. And it stars Elizabeth Olsen. And it's about like a tight knit family who begins to unravel when a sister spirits communicating with a voice that no one else can hear here. And Elizabeth Olsen is great. So sign me up there. Kristen Milioti is supposed to be in this as well, coming off the Penguin. So hopefully this is a good one. But we'll see there. All right. Number 66 is the new Little House on Prairie series for Netflix. Obviously, this is based on the very popular book, the classic book, as well as the TV show from the 70s. This new version here is a new take on the Agals family's journey, inspired by the books of a deeper historical context. So it's more going to be based more on the books than the actual shows. I guess I'm intrigued to see this one. I mean, it could be intriguing. Of course, the original Little House on Prairie is iconic, very classic there. So I'm intrigued to see this new one. I know there's gonna be so many people complaining that's gonna be woke, but if you think is woke, you probably clearly never seen the original. But all right, coming in at number 65 is The Age of Innocence. Now, this is of course based on a very classic book by Edith Wharton, and obviously there was also the adaptation that Martin Scorsese did with Daniel Day Lewis. This new version is a love triangle who that forms during the Gilded Age of 19th century New York City. I don't know. This could be interesting. You do got Christine Froseth, Margot Martindale, Ben Radcliffe. Camille Marone. So hopefully that's a good one. So we'll see there. All right, number 64 is another series based on a classic book, and that is Pride and Prejudice, which is coming to Netflix. Based on the classic Jane Austen story, starring Emma Corrin, coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine, Jack Lowden, Olivia Colman, and Rufus Sewell. It is, of course, an adaptation of the iconic Jane Austen novel, which obviously got adapted numerous times. The story, of course, centers on the Bennet family quest for vengeance marriages, especially Elizabeth Terminal's relationship with Miss Darcy. I don't know. This new one could be interesting. Jack Lowden's pretty cool. Emma Corrin's pretty decent, so could be intrigued there. Ain't got a little bit covered, so one more fiasco there. All right, number 63 is another series based on a iconic book, and that is Netflix's new series adaptation of John Steinbeck's East of Eden, starring Florence Pugh, Christopher Abbott, Tracy Letts, and Sharon Hines. It is, of course, Selena's Valley's exploration, sibling rivalry, and about between good and evil through the antagonist's character, Kathy Emmons, played by Florence Pugh. I'm definitely intrigued to check out this new version because you got Florence Pugh, which is always great. So, start me over this one. All right, number 62 is the new Prison Break. Now, this has nothing to do with the. Now, this obviously is set in the same world, but we don't expect like Wentworth Village to pop up or anything like that. This is not like an actual revival or anything like that. But this new Prison Break series, pretty much stars the likes of Emily Browning, Lucas Gage, and it's like a new story in the show's universe, following an ex-soldier turned correction officer, played by Emily Browning, who takes a job in a notoriously deadly co-ed prison to prove her devotion to someone she loves there. It does sound intriguing. I mean, I always like Emily Browning, ever since I saw her in Sucker Punch. So this one, it could be cool, but we'll see that. All right, number 61 is Maximum Pleasure Guarantee. This is a new Apple show starring Tatiana Maslany and Jake Johnson. And of course, stars Tatiana Maslany as Paula, a mom whose life takes an unexpected and dangerous turn after her divorce here. And the plot quickly spirals from an ordinary life into a chaotic and suspenseful, escapee involving serious crimes here. It sounds intriguing. I mean, Tatiana Maslany, coming off of She-Hulk, she was just in The Monkey. She's always incredible, so sign up for this one. And you got Jake Johnson, who I've always liked on New Girl, so he's always good. All right, number 60 is a show that's going to be coming out pretty soon, actually. Is His and Her, which stars Tessa Thompson and John Bernthal. Now, it's about a journalist who investigates a murder in her hometown, clashing with a suspicious detective who are two sides of every story to someone is lying. Come on, you got Tessa Thompson, John Bernthal, that's one more gas for. It looks intriguing, so it's not this one. All right, 59, we got 12, 12, 12 coming to Apple. Where the series covers three separate stages surrounding a heist in Zurich, the 12 months of planning leading to the heist, the 12 hours during the heist itself, and the 12 days following the heist. Sounds intriguing. This does star the likes of Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan, so I'm all for this. I always do like a good heist project, so sign me up with this one. All right. Coming in at number 58 is Scarpetta. Now, Scarpetta is a new Amazon series starring Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis. It is actually based on a book, about Dr. Kate Scarpetta, who tries to unmask a serial killer and proves that her career masking case from 28 years earlier isn't also her undoing. You do, of course, got the likes of Nicole Kidman, Jamie Lee Curtis, Bobby Cannavale, some good cast members. So sign me up with this one. 57, we got The Miniature Wife coming to Peacock, where a married couple battles for power within their relationship, which is complicated by a technical accident. It stars Elizabeth Banks and Matthew McFadden. Peacock has been putting out some pretty good stuff lately. So, and of course, Elizabeth Banks is coming off that really nice little show on Amazon last year, or this I should say, called The Good Wife, or The Perfect Sister, I meant. So I don't know. Hopefully this is a good one, but we'll see here. 56 is The Good Daughter, which is a new Peacock show coming. It's about two lawyers who must confront a violent incident from their shared past. It stars Rose Byrne, Megan Faye, and Brendan Gleeson. Rose Byrne, I think, is always incredible. Megan Faye, if you guys have not watched Sirens this year on Netflix, go watch Sirens. It's a really good little show there. So I'm definitely intrigued to see this one. This was supposed to be a Jessica Biel show at one point, but it looks like she's. Hopefully it is a good one, but we'll see there. All right. 55 is a show called Mating Season. Now, Mating Season is an adult animated show coming to Netflix, which is from the same people who gave us Big Mouth. And that there piques my interest. Of course, Big Mouth just had its run. So I'm definitely down to see another show from those makers. And Mating Season, I guess you could say it's like Big Mouth, but with animals in a weird way. It aims to capture the awkwardness and chaos of human dating with the heart of humor similar to Big Mouth's take on adolescence. I don't know. It could be interesting. I always do like a good raunchy show. Like Big Mouth was a show that just came out of nowhere. I didn't really expect much out of it. I love that show when I first saw it. So I'm definitely looking forward to check out this new one. But we'll see here. All right. Number 54 is 56 Days. Now, 56 Days stars Avan Joga from Victorious fame and Dove Cameron from Liv and Maddie fame. And it's about an after a chance supermarket encounter, Oliver and Sierra embark on an intense relationship when a raven savagely murdered corpse surfaced 56 days later. It does look. Now, I haven't really seen like a trailer or anything, but they did drop a poster for it. I guess you could say this is going to be one of Dove Cameron's most adult roles here, so cool there. Avan Joga is always good, so sign me up with this one. It could be a train. All right. Coming in at number 53 is MIA. It's a new Peacock series starring the likes of Edward James Olmos, Maria Copte, and is also from the same people who gave us the show Ozark, where Etta Tiger June seeks to avenge her family's murder and becomes the most powerful crime queenpin in South Florida. That could be pretty interesting to check out. Come on, you got Edward James Olmos. Carrie Ellis is also in this one. Loretta Devine. I mean, talk about a good cast here. So sign me up with this one. 52, we got a show called Parallax, which is a new show coming to Apple, starring Liev Schreiber, Zazie Beetz, and Stephen Graham. Ex-soldier turned detective seeks a quiet life in a small town, Pennsylvania, until a ruthless serial killer targets his town and family, forcing him into a deadly hunt to protect everyone he loves. I mean, come on, you got Schreiber, Stephen Graham coming off the Emmy winner that is Adolescence. Sign me up with this one. That could be pretty cool. All right, number 51 is Big Mistakes. Now, of course, this is going to be Dan Levy's first major TV gig since Schitt's Creek ended, and it stars Laurie Metcalf and centers on two deeply incapable siblings who are blackmailed into the world of organized crime. I really quite like Dan Levy on Schitt's Creek, so I'm definitely looking forward to see his next TV gig here. Laurie Metcalf, is always good, so sign me up with this one. All right, number 50 is Stirring Point. Now, Stirring Point is from the same director who recently just directed that movie My Old Ass, last year, and this of course is about like Annie and her twin brother who are raised in New York City by their single father and discover their estranged grandfather beneath them beneath them from a Lake Island or something. I mean, I did quite like her other film, The Fallout. So I'm intrigued to see this one. It could be interesting, but we'll see here. 49 is another Amazon show called Off Campus, a series of hotbed of academics that is Kirk University. This is based on a series of books, and they're saying that this could easily become the next Samurai Champloo. So we'll see. I mean, Steve Howey from Shameless is in this, so that definitely piques my interest. Hopefully it's a good one, but we'll see here. All right. Coming in at number 48, we got an untitled Newfoundland series coming to Netflix. I don't know what the title's going to be, but it stars Josh Hartnett as well as Mackenzie Davis. And it's also from the same creator of Umbrella Academy, so that there piques my interest. And it's pretty much about like a hardened fisherman protecting his town from a mysterious sea creature. Uh, okay, that could be pretty interesting, to say the least. Of course, you got Josh Hartnett. You do also got Charlie Heaton coming off of Stranger Things. I don't know. Sign me up with this one. It could be intriguing. A movie about a sea monster. Sign me up here. All right. Coming in at number 47 is Niggly. Now, this is, of course, a spin-off of the Niggly character from Reacher, which I'm still not really sure if she really needs a spin-off or anything. But hey, anything is set in the Reacher world, sign me up there. Of course, you got Maria Stein reprising a role as Frances Niggly. I mean, I'm intrigued to see this one. I mean, obviously, we do got the new season of Reacher coming out as well, so there's that. I'm not sure if that's coming out this year or the following, but hey, more stuff in the Reacher world, why not? All right, number 45. Number 46, my bad. Number 46 is Neuromancer. This is actually based on a book here. I forgot to put down the synopsis. My bad. Let me. I wrote down the wrong synopsis by mistake. Well, let me get to it. Neuromancer synopsis. All right. Of course, Neuromancer is set in like the near future dystopia and follows Case, who's a computer hacker enlisted into a crew by a powerful artificial intelligence here. That could be interesting, to say the least. You do got like Mark Strong, Peter Sarsgaard, Callum Turner, who's of course Mr. Dua Lipa now. So I don't know. This could be interesting. I mean, we're gonna be getting lots of AI type content in the future. I just hope they don't actually get made by AI, but who knows? Number 48 is Barbershop. Now, Barbershop, of course, is like a TV series based on the Barbershop film franchise. This was supposed to star Jermaine Fowler, and it's where like Travis Porter aims to become a barber like his grandfather in Chicago. Doesn't really say if like if Ice Cube or any of the other OG cast members will be coming back. But hey, I do love the original Barbershop, so anything in the last Barbershop movie, the last cut was pretty decent. So anything in the Barbershop world, sign me up there. All right, number 44 is Wild Things coming to Apple. And no, it's not a remake of the Neve Campbell, Denise Richards film. Wild Things is, of course, a limited series about Siegfried and Roy, starring Jude Law and Andrew Garfield. Could be interesting, to say the least. I mean, obviously, Siegfried and Roy, very two iconic magicians, exploring their artistry, unique bond, and the tragic tiger attack here. And, of course, you got Garfield, Law. Could be interesting there. Number 43 is The Greatest, coming to Amazon. The Greatest is, of course, a series about Muhammad Ali. It's being produced by Mike B. Jordan. So that could be interesting. I mean, we've seen stories about Muhammad Ali tons of times. Obviously, most notably, Will Smith played him before. So, I don't know, maybe another story could be intriguing. Maybe it'll tell, I don't know, lean into more stuff that the movie didn't really lean into. Who knows? But we'll see there. Number 42 is Or the Sinners Bleed. Now, this is actually produced by Steven Spielberg and the Obamas. That there piques my interest. Like, Spielberg producing a show with the Obamas? Sign me up there. And it's also from the same writer of Black Panther, Joe Robert Cole. It is actually based on a book, and it's coming to Netflix here. Or I think it's based on a graphic novel, or a gothic novel, I should say. It stars Subi Darusu as Titus Crown, the first black sheriff in a small Bible Belt country who hunts a serial killer targeting the black community in the name of God here. And this sounds intriguing. I mean, you do got Nicole Berry, Daniel Ezra, Giancarlo Esposito from the same writer of Black Panther. Sign me up with this one. Could be intriguing. Number 41 is Imperfect Woman, coming to Apple. It is, of course, about a devastating crime that has impacted a decades-long friendship. It stars Elizabeth Moss, Kerry Washington, and Kate Mara. It sounds intriguing. I mean, Apple has been killing it lately, so sign me with this one. All right, number 40 is The Beauty. Now I have been seeing like trailers here and there for this, like little tease, and they don't really have like a full on trailer, but it does look intriguing. It stars Evan Peters, Anthony Ramos, Ashton Kutcher, Rebecca Hall, Mega Trainor supposed to be in this one. Billy Eigners. It is of course from Ryan Murphy, obviously pretty big with FX. It's in it. In the beauty, where partners Drew Foster and Carol Vaughn investigate the beauty STD causing hazardous effects of proving leak here. So could be intriguing. I mean, of course you got Ramos, Kutcher, so stop me over this one. Number 39 is The Alterous. Right? It is coming to Netflix and stars Julie Garner. And it's set, of course, coming off of Weapons. It centers around the disgraced Seth Bankman-Fried, the founder of the Clash crypto exchange FTX. And of course, you do got Julie Garner, who's always incredible here. I always do like the good true stories, like limited series, so this could be intriguing. And boy, what's it with Julie Garner playing like con artists? First finding Anna, and now this boy, she had an ad from like con artists here. Anyway, coming in at number 38 is The Burbs, coming to Peacock. Of course, The Burbs is based on the Tom Hanks movie of the same name, and it stars Keke Palmer, Jack Whitehall, Haley Joel Osment. And it's about like where old secrets resurface when a newly married couple relocate to the suburban neighborhood of the husband's youth. It does look intriguing. I do like a good comedy series here. Peacock has put out some pretty well. So sorry at this point, you got Keke Palmer, who's always great. So all right, number 37. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to come out next year because I don't know if they're going to release like two shows set in the Boise universe in the same year, but you never know. Number 37 is Vault Rising. Now, obviously, we do got the Final Season of the Boys coming out in in April, I believe. But we are also getting more stuff in the Boise universe. So, not sure if Jeffrey's getting renewed or not, but Vault Rising, of course, does return the likes of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. And it follows like Twisted Murder Mystery about the origins of the Vault in 1950s. And of course you got Stormfront coming back, played by Aya Cash. I'm all for this. I think this could be pretty cool, so sign me with this one. All right, number 36 is Furious. Now, Furious stars Emma Rossum and is a remake, like a TV version of the erotic film Black Widow from the 1980s. And it stars Emmy Rossum, where like Alice uses insight from a female serial killer's past to find her here, and pretty cool here because you don't really see many films about female serial killers. To be honest, here, like obviously there are always Basic Instinct and stuff, but I feel like it's usually rare seeing serial kill movies with females as a serial killer. So I'm all for this. It could be interesting. So, and Emmy Rossum, anytime we get her back on TV, sign me up there. I loved her on Shameless. So anytime Emmy Rossum is something, sign me up there. All right. Coming in at number 35 is the untitled NFL series from Dan Fogelman. Now, this also, speaking of Shameless, by the way, this also stars William H. Macy. Obviously, you might know him as Frank Gallagher from Shameless. And you got Christopher Maloney, Chloe Bennett, Mandy Moore, Chase Crawford. And, of course, obviously, Dan Fogelman is best known for doing the show This Is Us. And it follows aspiring multi-generational families set in the world of the NFL. And, of course, you got Christopher Maloney, obviously, coming off of, of Law & Order fame. He's always good, so always nice to see him in stuff where he's not a detective. So that's pretty cool. So I don't know. Hopefully it's good, but we'll see. All right. Coming in at number 34 is Lucky. Lucky, of course, is a new Apple series starring Anna Taylor-Joy, Annette Bening, Drew Starkey, Timothy Olyphant, and it's about a reformed criminal who is forced to confront her past and return to activities for one final job here. You got Anna Taylor-Joy, so that there piques my interest. It could be interesting there, so we'll see here. 33 is DTF St. Louis coming to HBO. They don't have a trailer for this, but they did drop like a little footage of it when HBO dropped its upcoming slate video thing. And it does sound intriguing, to say the least. You do got Linda Cardellini, who she's in another TV show I'm excited for in 2026. I'll get you that a little bit. But this does also have the likes of Jason Bateman, David Harbour, and it's about a reformed criminal who is forced to confront her past and return. Oh no, I already read that one. DTF St. Louis is about a love triangle between three adults experiencing middle-aged medalists here. It could be interesting. You two got David Harbour, Jason Bateman. Sign me over that one. All right, now Dirty Shoe is a show that was going to come out this year, and it's called The Savant. Now, The Savant is a series inspired by true life stories, which the true life story is titled "Is It Possible to Stop a Mass Shooting Before It Happens?" Okay. Where like a woman who has come to be known as a savant who infiltrates online hate groups in order to prevent a large-scale public attack. Now, this show was originally supposed to come out this past September, by the way. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they got delayed it because, of what happened to Charlie Kirk. So they decided, obviously, it won't come out until sometime 2026. I'm looking forward to see it. It does look intriguing, to say the least. You do got, obviously, Jessica Chastain is always good. So I am hoping this thing finally sees the light of day in 2026, but we'll see there. All right, number 31 is a Peacock show called the 5-Star Weekend. Now, this stars Jennifer Garner, Chloe Sevigny, Regina Hall, Judy Greer, the aforementioned Tip the Elephant, where a food blogger tries to combat loss by recreating a 5-star weekend with her friends in Nantucket. Could be interesting. I like Jennifer Garner, so sign me with this one. And come on, you also do got a Dirty going on a Dirty reunion with Jennifer Garner and Judy Greer. One more you ask for there. All right, number 30 is Man on Fire. Now, Man on Fire is, of course, a new version of the Denzel Washington film. And it stars Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who's also in this list again. And it's a new adaptation following John Creasy, who's a broken ex-mercenary as he seeks vengeance for his only friend's death by protecting the friend's daughter here. And this does sound intriguing. I mean, the Denzel Washington movie is a lot of fun, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this new one. So we'll see there. I mean, it'd be hard to top Denzel, obviously. All right, number 29, speaking of Barack Obama, by the way. Number 29 is an untitled HBO variety series about, untitled Larry David and Obama project. The half-hour sketch comedy series offers a curb-like perspective of American history. Now, no release date has been set, but I could easily see this premiering around the 4th of July because this will be coincide with the United States 250th anniversary in 2026. Now, I'm definitely looking forward to see this. Getting Larry David back on HBO following Curb Your Enthusiasm. Sign me up there. So, could be intriguing here. All right, number 28 is Brother from Another Mother. Now, this is a new Apple show starring Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. And it follows McConaughey and Harrelson as they try to live on a Texas ranch here. And it does sound intriguing. I mean, you've got Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey coming off a True Detective together. Sign me up there. So that could be interesting to see. 27, we got Blade Runner 2099. Of course, Blade Runner 2099 is a TV show based on the, set in the Blade Runner universe. It's supposed to star Michelle Yeoh, Hunter Schafer. Now, of course, the last Blade Runner we had was the Denis Villeneuve one, which sadly did not do so well. But I'm intrigued to see this new one. It could be intriguing. Hopefully, it is a good one. And maybe we'll bring the Blade Runner universe back on track for people, but who knows? And I feel like Blade Runner is just like Tron. It's not many people are really interested in more Blade Runner stuff. So we'll see how good this show does, but we'll see. All right, coming in at number 26 is A Knight of Seven Kingdoms. Of course, this is the new Game of Thrones series. It does look intriguing. It comes out in January, so we're only like couple of weeks away from it. So sign me up with this one. I mean, we literally got not one but two Game of Thrones next year. We got this, and obviously the new season of the House of Dragons. So Game of Thrones fans are eating up good next year. All right, number 25 is Margot's Got Money Troubles. Now, this is a new Apple show from David E. Kelly. You also do got Elle Fanning, Nicole Kidman, Greg Kinnear, Nick Offerman, Michelle Pfeiffer, and it's the daughter of a former waitress and an ex pro wrestler. Where like Margot is a recent college dropout and aspiring writer, faced with a new baby, accounting for high bills, and dwindling a number of ways to pay them here. And it does sound intriguing. I mean, David E. Kelly is like the king when it comes to TV shows. He did the Practice and many others. So I don't know. This could be intriguing. You do got Nicole Kidman, so sign me up there. Number 24, of course, the Stranger Things ends tomorrow, but we're not done with the Stranger Things universe yet because there is the animated one, Stranger Things Tales from '85. It takes place between the events of the second and third season of Stranger Things, and will depict the kids 11, Will, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Max as they confront new monsters of the Upside Down. Even though Stranger Things is coming to an end tomorrow, does not mean the whole universe of Stranger Things is coming to an end. I guarantee you, once the show ends, we're going to hear like spin-offs down the line. I mean, hey, just because Game of Thrones ended didn't mean we're not going to see Game of Thrones content. We're still getting spin-offs of that here and there. So, so yeah. We're going to be getting more like again. Once like Stranger Things come to an end, don't be surprised if sometime next year we hear like either some sort of prequel, some sort of like move forward type show or something. We're gonna get more Stranger Things in the future, but that is like Netflix's hurrah right there. All right, number 23 is a show called The Body. It is a Netflix show where like a thriller set in the small town revolving around dark secrets among a group of girls at a Catholic school. That could be interesting to check out. On Coming in at number 22 is a show on Amazon called Criminal. It, of course, stars Charlie Hunnam, Richard Jenkins, Adria Arjona, Luke Evans, the aforementioned Emilia Clarke. Some interesting cast members in this one. It is actually based on a comic book, I think like a Boom or I think some sort of DC comic or something like that. And it follows a multiple generation of criminal families and explores the murders that connect their past. Now that I did have this show on my list for this year. I know it was going to come out this year, but hopefully it'll finally get released next year. But we'll see. All right, coming in at number 21, we got American Love Story. Now this is of course a new romance anthology series from Ryan Murphy, who obviously is no stranger for these anthology series. He's done the American crime stories, the American sports stories he's done, obviously horror stories. And the first installment of this American love story is supposed to chart the whirlwind courtship and marriage of John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Kennedy. So I'm definitely looking forward to see this one here. One of the main girls, Sarah Pigeon, who was just in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's actually playing Caroline Kennedy in this one. Naomi Watts supposed to be playing Jackie Kennedy. That should be intriguing. So I don't know. Sign me with this one. Hopefully it's good, but we'll see here. All right, number 20 is Cape Fear. Of course, Cape Fear is based on the Martin Scorsese film, and this is produced by Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg, and also from the same people who did the show Chucky as well. And of course, here it stars Javier Bardem, Amy Adams, and Patrick Wilson. And it's where Max Cady, who's fresh out of prison, seeks revenge on his public defender. And the original movie with Martin Scorsese, which, by the way, is also a remake. So, there's that. But, of course, the original had Robert Mitchum in it. The original is actually pretty good, but I actually prefer the remake over the original, to be honest. So, that remake with Robert De Niro is crazy. Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte, Juliette Lewis. If you guys never seen that Cape Fear from 1991, highly recommend it. I'm definitely looking. Come on, you got Javier Bardem, who's playing Max Cady. He is going to go crazy in this one. So, sign me up there. All right, number 19, speaking of Ryan Murphy, number 19 is an FX show called The Shards. The Shards, of course, stars Kyle Gerber, Homer Gear, who's actually the son of Richard Gere. Ever Rachel Wood is in this one. Wes Bentley. And it's actually from from Bret Easton Ellis, who obviously did American Psycho. And here's what the series is about. It follows 17-year-old Bret Easton Ellis and his prep school friends as a mysterious new student, Robert Melly, arrives, concluding with murders of a serial killer known as the Trawler. I'm definitely looking forward to see that one. I mean, come on, you got Evan Rachel Wood in this. Sign me up with this one. All right, number 18 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, New Sunnydale. That's right, we got Buffy returning next year. This time around, you got Ryan Care Armstrong, who's playing like the new Slayer. Sarah Michelle Gellar is supposed to be in this new one. Sign me up with this one. I mean, I'm all for more Buffy here. All right, number 17 is Carrie. Of course, this new Carrie is from Mike Flanagan. It is coming to Amazon, based on a book by Stephen King. It also stars, Samantha Sloan playing the, Margaret White here. Summer Rae Chow, who of course played the little girl Alice in Curse of Chucky. She's playing the new Carrie. I'm definitely looking forward to check out this new one. I mean, I've really enjoyed the other Carrie adaptations, from the iconic Sissy Spacek version to the Chloe Moretz one. Oh, and you got Matthew Lillard supposed to be in this one. Amber Midthunder is supposed to be in this as well. Killer cast, so sign me up with this one. Number 16 is Elle. Of course, Elle is coming to Amazon, and Elle is actually a prequel, if you will, of Legally Blonde. And it explores Elwood's teenage years in 1990s as a high school student, long before she became a Harvard Law student here. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this new one. I mean, Reese Witherspoon is a producer. That could be intriguing. The original Legally Blonde is so iconic, so I'm definitely intrigued to check out this new one. And the girl who is playing the new Elwood, if you had told me that she was actually Reese Witherspoon's daughter, I would believe you. She looks so much like Reese Witherspoon. I can't remember the actress name, but whoever they got her to play her, perfect casting right there. All right, number 15. Speaking of Stranger Things, number 15 is Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen, coming to Netflix. Now, this is actually produced by the Duffer Brothers, who obviously gave us Stranger Things. And it stars the aforementioned Camille Moreau and Adam DeMarco. And it's where like Rachel and Nikki are engaged to be married in a week. And before they can tie the knot, here something very bad is about to get in the way here. Definitely sounds intriguing, so I'm all for that. Hopefully it's a good one. We'll see there. For all you Big Bang Theory fans, coming in at number 14 is Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, coming to HBO Max. Now, this is, of course, a spin-off, if you will, of Big Bang Theory that's supposed to center on the comic book worker, Stuart, who you might remember from the Big Bang Theory. And this is also being written by Zach Penn, who wrote Iron Man 3 and many others. And this is, of course, where like comic book store owner Stuart Bloom is tasked with restoring reality after he breaks it device built by Sheldon and Leonard, and accidentally bring about the multiverse Armageddon. I don't know if any of the OG cast. I don't know if like we're gonna get Jim Parsons coming back, Haley Cuoco, or anything like that. But hey, I have been enjoying the Sheldon, the Big Bang universe. Whether it's young Sheldon, Georgia Manning has been pretty decent. But looks like this is gonna be the first major one that does not really center on Sheldon or anything. So hey, sign me up here. It could be pretty fun, but we'll see. I'm really wondering if we're going to see like alternate versions of Sheldon, alternate versions of Leonard. Who knows? It should be interesting. All right, number 13. I saw the trailer for this one, and I actually was interested in it, but after seeing the trailer for this, I'm actually more excited for it. Number 13 is Free Bert. Now, Free Bert, of course, stars famed shirtless comedian Bert Kreischer, I think his name is. Hilarious guy right there. And here, of course, he tries to fit into a Beverly Hills society when his daughters attend an elite private school. The trailer for this, I haven't talked about the trailer because I've been a little busy with like some videos here and there, so I haven't had time to talk about the trailer. The trailer looks great. It looks hilarious. Looks raunchy. You don't get many you don't get many raunchy TV shows nowadays, like raunchy comedy shows. Like there are going to be some comedy shows that will have f-bombs and stuff like that, but they don't get like as raunchy, So I'm all for this. This could be pretty fun to check out. All right, number 12, we got another show I thought was going to come out this year because it wasn't the same list last year. But looks like it's going to come out in 2026. We'll see. Number 12 is Unspeakable: The Murder of JonBenet Ramsey. Of course, this is coming to Paramount Plus, and it's about the tragic murder of 60-year-old JonBenet Ramsey. It's supposed to have Melissa McCarthy, Clive Owens in this one. It is probably going to be a heartbreaking story, but I'm always a sucker for these type of true story stuff, and this is supposed to be also an anthology project, so if this does well, we'll probably see like another season of Unspeakable, but with a different story here and there. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I am hoping it's a really decent one, but we'll see there. All right, number 11 is Ted the Animated Series. Of course, Ted the Animated Series is obviously going to be another installment of the Ted franchise. I mean, hey, I still really want to see Ted 3, but you know what? If we can't get Ted 3, I'll get anything in the Ted universe. The Peacock show has been pretty good. Can't wait for season 2 for that. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the Ted Animated Series. I mean, I'm really curious to see what the animation for this is going to look like. Is it going to be very Family Guy-ish? Who knows? All right, now, of course, we got Mark Wahlberg coming back too, and Amanda Seyfried, and Seth MacFarlane. So it's going to be cool to see there. All right, now here is my official top 10. Number 10 is a Hulu show called Not Suitable for Work. This is a new show from Mindy Kaling and follows 5 ambitious, work-obsessed 20-somethings in Murray Hill, Manhattan. I'm a little biased because that's where I live at, really. Navigating their career and searching for love and happiness here. It does sound intriguing. It does star Ella Hunt, who I became a fan of ever since End the Apocalypse. It also stars Emma Tinka, who recently played Karen in the Mean Girls musical film. This could be interesting. I mean, Mindy Kaling has put out some decent shows, like Never Have I Ever was a hit, and she also put out Velma. So could be a hit and miss sometimes, but hopefully this will be a good one, but we'll see. Number 9 is Hollywood Arts. Now, Hollywood Arts is, of course, obviously a spin-off, if you will, of the show Victorious. Starring Danelle Monet, who reprises her role as Trina Vega. And, I don't know if we're going to get Victoria Justice coming back. I'm not really sure if we're going to get Ariana Grande coming in or anything. But, hey, anything set in the Victorious universe, sign me up there. Victorious is definitely one of my top-tier favorite Nickelodeon shows. So, seeing, like, a new show set in the world of Victorious, why not? And we get Helen from Drake and Josh coming back, too. What more can you ask for there? Anyway, coming in at number 8 is the Netflix series Golf. Now, this year we just had a really nice golf show, which was Stick with Owen Wilson. And obviously on the movie front, we just had Happy Gilmore 2. Looks like we got another golf project coming out next year, which stars Will Ferrell. And it's about like it stars Will Ferrell as this golfer named Lonnie the Hawk Hawkins. As his past as he is, of course, past his prime, he struggles to hold on to his former glory here. And it does star Jimmy Tatro, who plays like his son, Molly Shannon. It does sound pretty interesting. You got Will Ferrell in this. Sign me up there. Number 7 is an HBO show called Rooster. Now, Rooster is, of course, from the same guy who gave us like Ted Lasso, Shrinking. I'm definitely looking forward to checking out Rooster. It stars Steve Carell, and it revolves around an author's bond with his daughter set against the backdrop of a college campus. You do got Phil Dunster from Ted Lasso, John C. McGlinchey, who's also in the new Scrubs. I'm all for this. You got Steve Carell back on TV, from The Office fame. Sign me up with this one. It could be pretty cool. All right, number 6 is another show that the Duffer Brothers are doing, and it's called The Burrows. Now, this was another show that was actually in my list this year. I thought it was going to come out this year, and I think because, like, Stranger Things, they want to get that out of the way until they release other new stuff. But anyway, The Burrows, of course, stars... This actually sounds like Stranger Things, but for the older generation, in a weird way. No, in it, it's about a seemingly picturesque retirement community where a group of unlikely heroes must band together to stop an otherworldly threat from stealing the one thing that they don't have is time. And the cast is insane. We got Bill Pullman, Gina Davis, Clark Peters, Alfred Molina, Alfred Woodard, Malone, Ed Begley Jr., and Dee Wallace. Talk about a good cast there. From the sound of it, it definitely sounds like it's like Stranger Things, but with an older generation. So could be pretty fun. Like I'm all for that. All right, now here's my official top 5. Number 5 is Wonder Man. Obviously set in the MCU, the next Disney Plus MCU project we have coming, starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Simon Williams, who's a struggling actor, and of course you got Sir Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery. Now I am excited for this, but it is a little worrisome that they decided to drop all episodes at once instead of doing the weekly thing. That is a little bit worrisome, but maybe it'll be good. Who knows? But we'll see. Number 4 is Vision Quest. I'm definitely excited for Vision Quest. Of course, the next show set in the WandaVision universe. Obviously you got Paul Bettany coming in. I'm definitely excited to see where they're gonna take the show to. So that should be pretty good. Number 3 is Spy Noir coming to MGM Plus. Of course, you do got Nicolas Cage. As like an aging private investigator and superhero in an alternate universe in 1930s New York City. And I'm definitely excited for this thing. You got Nicolas Cage in this. Brendan Gleeson is supposed to be in this as well. I guess you could say the first, well, not really the first because we had Kramer, but the major like adult, and like show set in the Spider-Man universe here. And I am hoping it's a good one. Nick Cage, like, reprising his role from the Spider-Verse films. Sign me over this one. All right, number 2, we finally got a new Friday the 13th coming out next year. Number 2 is Crystal Lake. Of course, Crystal Lake, if you guys don't know, is set in like it's like a prequel view of Friday the 13th. With Kel Vision, from Chucky fame, as a young Jason Voorhees. Linda Cardellini is supposed to be playing Pamela Voorhees. I mean, it's been a while since we had. I mean, we did have that short last year. That was pretty cool. But it's been a while since we had full-on Jason on the big screen. Granted, this is a young Jason, but so anytime we get anything in the Friday the 13th universe, sign me up there. I'm definitely excited to see how they're gonna handle things here. It is supposed to take place in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, so that's gonna be cool to see. So yeah, definitely one of my anticipated shows coming next year. And my number 1 anticipated show of 2026 is the next DC show, and that is Lanterns. I am really pumped for this. After seeing what James Gunn did with Superman, I thought Peacemaker was pretty decent. The new season, that is, obviously. I'm definitely really pumped for this one. You got Aaron Pereira as John Stewart, Kyle Chandler coming in as Hal Jordan. Cannot wait to see how this thing's gonna full on look. Like, we did see a little glimpse in that HBO prologue, whatever. But I cannot wait till we see a full-on trailer for this thing. So, yeah, it's going to be really cool. I mean, not really sure the release date, though. They say it will come out, like, I guess in August, so after Supergirl gets released. But, hey, next year we got Supergirl, we got Clayface, Lanterns. We're eating up good for DC next year. But that's pretty much all there. Let me know you guys. What are some of your anticipated new shows coming out in 2026? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simmy Signer.